Welcome to this video where we will summarize our lessons learned until now to then put the information in the perspective of open science. Let's start by refreshing your memory. We had set some learning goals. Learning goal 1 aimed for you to know what citizen science is and when it becomes a valuable research method for scientists. As we have discussed, there are many definitions for citizen science. We therefore recommend making sure you apply the 10 principles and understand the characteristics of citizen science instead. There are many reasons for implementing citizen science, either related to data or research needs, or otherwise related to societal impact. Once you realize which goals for implementing citizen science are important for you, you can also start determining the type of cooperation with citizens. What will be their role? We furthermore wanted to learn about the value creating for the participating citizen. What's in it for them? And with learning goal 3, we aimed to understand what to consider and organize when you start collaborating with citizens and society to answer your research questions. This also includes to understand what different choices are to be made when implementing citizen science within your research. We have learned that the participation of citizens depends highly on their motivation. Literature provides already a general outline of possible motivations. The difficult part is to distinguish which motivation will be leading for your target audience. When you then decide to implement citizen science within your research project, keep in mind the different factors that influence the success of a citizen science project, which are planning and organization, communication, and in the end also data quality. We also aimed to teach about the responsibilities you have when implementing citizen science, because as a scientist, you have responsibilities towards the citizens you collaborate with, in return for their input to your research. These concern, among others, protection of privacy, rights to data and data management, and of course, visibility and visualization of data and results. And finally, our last learning goal was that you would be able to relate citizen science to open science practices. So let's do that now. The good practice of open science relate in many ways to the citizen science principles, as you might have noticed already while following this module. For example, when you look at Principle 7, you can notice the data and metadata expected to be made publicly available and where possible results are published in an open access format. Publishing open access might even be more interesting and important for citizen science research because of the availability for volunteers or citizen scientists to read and access the paper easily and without payment. Also, open data and data sharing is a generally accepted format. Unfortunately, the reality of data sharing within citizen science seems to be different. In my own experience, citizen science datasets are not always shared or open, not even for the citizens that help collect it. And a study by Groom et al. Showed that citizen science datasets are among the least open of all. Fair data is just as important in citizen science as it is in open science. Keeping metadata up to date and managing the data might involve even a bit more aspects than regular data management, while it becomes even more important because of the data quality distrust. As you might have noticed, the field of citizen science is still under development. Researchers and other members of society do not always agree on definitions for citizen science, manner of inclusion of citizens, data quality, whether citizen science is a science, and much more. We therefore invite you to join the discussion and tell us whether you agree or disagree with some of the statements we have lined up. Oh, and one final thing. Are you a TU Delft staff, PhD or student? Then it might be interesting to join the citizen science community and learn from or share with others how to implement citizen science for your research. There you can also share what skills you might like to learn that could be useful to implement citizen science in your research.